Welcome to Booming Your Bottom Line. With over 76 million boomers in the U.S. and 10,000 of them turning 65 every day, these older consumers will reach almost 20% of the U.S. population by the year 2030. The truth is, cities across the nation are not ready for this event. Communities simply don't have the structure in place to support the aging boomers. There are not enough medical facilities, doctors, assisted living communities, home care companies, transportation or delivery services, home maintenance, you name it, there's not enough. So the question is, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to answer the call, be a part of the solution, and profit from it? If so, you're going to have to learn how to reach them, how to talk to them, and how to structure your business so it better meets their needs. I'm Mark Hager, and along with my co-host Aaron Murphy, we're here to help you do just that. Let's get to this week's topic.
Hi, and welcome to episode 33 of Booming Your Bottom Line. I'm Aaron Murphy, and with me as always is my co-host, Mark Hager. Hey, Mark.
Hey, Aaron. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Hey, today we're going to do something a little different. We've been hitting some tough subjects for a while now. I thought it might be nice to focus on and talk through some of the real-world scenarios that can help you with your business. Specifically, we're going to talk about some of those questions that we receive, over the last few months, what we think they mean, and what can be done to resolve them. Real questions from real business owners. It's coming either an email from a listener or while we're on strategy or coaching calls with folks. So you're getting a little piece of kind of what we would do during coaching sessions.
Right, so like Aaron said, these questions are from small business owners serving older customers, people just like you. Now, they're not in any particular order, so the subject matter might jump around a little bit, but let's go ahead and get into it. Our first question, which is from a lady who's running a concierge service, is about public speaking. Now, y'all know that, speaking to groups is a fantastic way to let people know about your business. Remember the episode we just did about Speak Your Way to Local Expert status. So here's the question. How do I find places to go and talk to people about what I'm doing? I'm not a member of any civic organizations. And then, what am I supposed to talk about? Aaron, I think this one is all you.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, we've covered this in a couple episodes recently and then at an introductory level back in episode 8. And to speak to somebody who has that kind of question, I think to me, the honest answer is number one, you don't have to be a member to be a speaker, just right. So you know that. So don't let that hang you up. I would argue probably, 18 out of 20 of the people that speak at our Rotary Club aren't Rotarians necessarily. So the people that do the scheduling for speeches, whether it's Rotary or Lions Club or church or local Y, right? It's not always member stuff. It's about bringing in subject matter experts, okay? And then what you want to speak about, that really goes back to our discussion, I think, just last week about it's what's your passion, okay? And what is your unique offering to your community where you are different than your competitors or you have an opinion about what's happening in your industry and how it's going to be changing and why the public needs to know about that, okay? So
good point, yeah.
Whether it's transportation or it's nutrition or it's health and wellness, we get speakers of all kinds in our Rotary Club, and the subject matter varies greatly. So it's really about you bringing value through public education. And, if you're still at a loss for that, we can definitely help on the side, outside of this format. We can have these conversations with you we can consult for you. We can help you pick subject matter that's going to resonate based on what you do. But again, in this setting, I can't guess what you do, and so it'd be hard to elaborate much more than that. Okay. The next question we got was coming up from a remodeler, and it's about getting new projects, okay? Most people this person works with, he's saying to us, only want little jobs done, changing doorknobs, grab bars, maybe a ramp, but that stuff doesn't generate a lot of money. So, Mark, can you speak to this? How would someone like that get bigger jobs?
All right, so if these smaller jobs are the only ones you're getting and you're wanting bigger jobs, your biggest problem is probably that you're getting in front of the wrong customers. Now, this can be related to how you position yourself in your advertising, how you talk with your customers, how you talk with other service providers, and how you're seen or not seen, which is the case for a lot of people, in your community. But in but in most cases, and especially for those just starting down this road, it's about having a wants and needs focused business, aligning what you do with your target customer and their values. And when I say, just starting down this road, I mean really thinking about, not just getting started in business, but really thinking about how to best target your best customer. Okay? Now, you've got to know exactly who the right customer is for you, and then you have to tailor your message to them. Then you've got to build a business that they want now and will need later. And that means aligning your services and your products with what they need and want right now and will need in the future. Okay, it doesn't mean it all has to be in place right now, but the wants and needs that they have now, it has to align with, and then you need to grow with that. And it also means building a company that resonates with their values. So the next question we were asked, and this is one we get asked a lot, and I mean a lot. We've gotten it from remodelers, interior designers, occupational therapists, people who are, doing consulting or project managing remodeling work for older clients. Aaron, I mean, how many remodelers or designers do you think we talk to a month?
Oh gosh, each one of us probably speaks to 1, 2, 3. So I don't know. Let's say 6 a month.
Right. Yeah, it's a bunch. So anyway, here's the question: how do you get people to think proactively about their home? And still, instead of waiting for something until something bad happens.
Yeah. The whole concept of planning, or that a dime of prevention's worth $1 a cure. We talk about this a lot. We need to change the conversation around aging. Okay.
Yep.
It goes hand in hand with the messaging that Mark and I were just talking about. You can't make your message about being old, or lack of ability, or change in health in a negative way, or anything that your boomer consumer is going to think negatively about. Okay, it has to be about enjoyment. It has to be enjoying your home, peaceful environment, areas that are conducive to their lifestyle, and better yet, that supports their lifestyle, not just now and into the future. Ease of use for everybody, right? Beautiful functional rooms, home safety for everyone. That's really what universal design is about. It's about working better for everybody. You remember I talked about, the turn knob on a spec house for the faucet doesn't work any better for my 6-year-old daughter than it did for my 86-year-old grandmother. It's just a piece of crap. So, and so it's just design change stuff. But you're right. It has to be about your messaging, the right way to talk to your customers. And you do that not just verbally. It's your website. It is conversations. And it's how you public speak and teach and educate. And even in professional networking and any media opportunity you might have, it's got to be positivity.
Right. And, along those lines, if you have to defend putting those things into a design or into a remodeling plan, using the right features for a home based on scientific study, of how we humans of all ages interact with our environments. You're talking about design that meets the accessibility, usability, and safety standards of governing bodies from the U.S. government on down. It is definitely evidence-based work design.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I find myself advocating to, governmental jurisdictions about trying to incentivize the builder to get this, right? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, spreading that message whenever you're in front of a group or on a radio show or one-to-one with a customer. It's the way you're educating the community and starting to get people to think differently. So it is denial's an uphill battle of any discussion, where you're trying to sell a concept or whatever. But let's move on to the next one. The next question we got was, I'm struggling to get new design business for older people. These are the people I want to work with, and I care about and I'm passionate about it, but I can't support myself this way. What do you say to that client?
Well, I'm going to answer this one like this. There are two reasons that you or anyone else in business can't sustain yourself doing what you want. One, you don't have something people want to buy. Or two, you do have something that people want, but you aren't marketing it properly. Now, we've talked about this idea of building a business out of doing good for months, doing what you're passionate about. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say that most of the people, that are listening to our podcast or are in our private Facebook group or our readers, by and large, they're offering services or products that many people would value. So I think that the choice is this. If your work is what you're meant to do, if it's what you feel in your bones and it brings something meaningful to you and your clients and your community, you've got to find a better way. That's going to mean learning to think differently and doing something new if what you're doing isn't working. And the alternative, of course, is staying right where you're at and getting the results you're getting right now. I mean, if it's not working, it's not working.
Right. Isn't that the definition of insanity?
Yeah,
doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So, guys, there's, it's no secret. People don't always want to do what's good for them. Okay, they're stuck in their own heads. Part of having a successful business is aligning what you do and what you're passionate about with your target customers so that your offering is relevant to them right where they're at in their lives. And if you want to change your situation, you're going to have to step up and change the game you're playing. I mean, it isn't that you're doing anything bad or wrong, just wrong in the sense that it's not resonating with your customers, and that's where the change needs to happen. So the opportunity with the aging boomers can literally change your life and the life of others. You can go from hardly making ends meet, helping a few people, not making much money, to being able to leverage, right, helping hundreds of customers in your community to live better lives. And you could be making more money than you ever imagined. I mean, if you're in this industry, it's probably, if you're looking for this customer, because you know what the opportunity means. The sky's the limit, okay? You want to keep making $5,000 a month? Or would you prefer to grow to a $30,000 a month business, $50,000? It's up to you. This is yours if you're willing to do what's necessary to get it. And that might require change, right? Mark, I've got that. There's a cartoon right above my monitor here, and it's the picture of, the two cavemen rolling a box of rocks on a square wheel. Mm-hmm. And the guy behind them is holding up a circular wheel. Uh-huh. And the two guys rolling the box say, no thanks, we're too busy.
Yeah, exactly.
Really? Mm-hmm. Right? Okay. So if this is what you want, this type of change and growth that's good for you, your family, and your community, you've got to start aligning what you do and how you do it with your customers' needs, wants, and values. You have to start talking their language, and you've got to start giving the customer the experiences they want while they're getting what they need from you, okay?
Absolutely. That's a lot for people to take in. We're advising you based on our experience and knowledge, what we've seen that works in real life. And what you do with it, of course, is your choice. And we also know that going to the next level is not for everybody. It isn't for someone who just wants to make a buck. It's for people who are passionate about their work. It isn't for people who can't see the long game. It's for people who know they're here on this earth to make a difference, and they want to build something that can do that and fulfill their own financial desires. And it certainly isn't for someone who doesn't want to change their future. Most of us need support to help us create these life-altering changes in ourselves. So why don't you get it? If you really believe that you're ready to level up, and if you want more than anything and want that more than anything, and you want to start earning the money that you deserve for the work that you're doing and want to help more people, I want you right now to go to bybellive.com/ready. There you can apply to work with us. Just answer a couple of questions on that form. We'll review it and set up a strategy call to learn more about your business. And during that strategy call, we're going to do a deep dive into your situation and your business. Then we'll be able to help you see more clearly the areas that need your focus and what working together can do for you. And if we both feel like it's a good fit, we'll continue from there. And you'll get the support you need right now and for your future.
Absolutely. You know, people do this every day in their personal life, Mark, right? They'll spend a couple $100 on a trainer at the gym, or they'll spend a couple $100 on a certain food plan and diet plan. Well, we're talking about tenfold type results in a business sense, right?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
the same kind of, potential amazing return on investment that's just, it makes the investment dimes on the dollar. It's insane. So I'll stop there. I know we believe in that. Let's stop there today. If you could, please share this episode on LinkedIn, Facebook, or Twitter. Help us reach more owners just like yourself that are doing good by doing their business and their work in their communities to help older customers. Don't forget to go to bybllive.com/ready and apply to work with us. We'd look forward to hearing from you. Until next time, be bold and boom your bottom line.